So what he's really talking about there is predictive analytics. Will we ever get predictive analytics to a point where you have pre-crime? It's like, you didn't commit a crime, but you know what? We know you're going to commit this crime because these algorithms have actually profiled you in such a way that tells us that you are a criminal.
Okay, so, right, this is like a really tough topic because the thing is that some people have definitely tried to do this. There have definitely been some situations in which people have tried to predict. So there was one particular example in Chicago, I think it was, where the idea was quite straightforward, right? Which was like, okay, well, when it comes to gun crime, often today's victims are tomorrow's perpetrators. So if you analyze the network of people who people are friends with, who people hang out with, that kind of stuff, if you analyze that network and see and feed in where events are happening, can you come up with like a risk score, if you like? This is kind of like your the threshold thing that you were talking about earlier with lightning. Can you come up with a risk score that says we think that that this group of people or this group of people are likely to be involved in something in the near future? And when this whole system was set up, it was set up in kind of a nice way, or like I think it was set up with good intentions, because the idea was that if your name appeared on this list, then police and social workers, you call them social workers? What do you call them?
Yes, yeah, precisely.
Would come around to your house, and they would. So it would be like
intervention.
An intervention, right? But it's like, here are these programs that you can join. Here are these alternatives that you can, we want to help you out of the life that you're in, right? That was kind of like the intention. But of course, it didn't work out that way, because if you give that list to people who have got a completely different set of priorities, as soon as there was, a gun homicide, it turned out that people took this list and started at the top of the list and then just started arresting all the way down. So by the end, Rand Corporation did this analysis of the whole project. And by the end, the people who were on the list were, I can't remember the numbers, but basically way more likely to have been arrested by the police, regardless of whether they were involved in the original crime. So essentially it turned into a harassment list, right?